Little buddy. Feeling lively and chipper again, huh? Just be careful and don't get hurt again. Things are really dangerous outside. Oh, Professor! You're here! How have you been? I'm here to help. You seem to be doing pretty well, Professor. I was a little worried when I heard about your amnesia.
We are still observing the Endman's physical condition. Endman, our operation here needs the support of an operator skilled in disaster research and geological prospecting. Ardelia is the first that came to mind. I notified her right after we received Mr. Crow's call. Her experience and expertise will be crucial for this project.
The situation here is not very good. I did a quick survey of the vicinity. Energy leaking from the ether rift may have seeped into the ground. The blight is everywhere. This place is obviously dangerous grounds. But the wildlife of Valley 4 are doing their best to survive. They might be weak, but they're helping each other to endure this hardship. I'm happy to be here and help these little creatures. And I'm definitely happy to be on your team, Professor. The local site monitor is right ahead. I'll take you to him. This place has been severely affected by the disaster. Post-disaster rebuilding will be difficult given our current resources. This is why I think you should come here and take a look, Professor. People here, and me. We all need you, Professor.
Endman, you're finally here. I hope I didn't trouble you with this sudden request.
It's all right, Mr. Crow. This is all part of our partnership.
It seems you have discussed this already. Endman, remember the project I mentioned in my message? Valley 4 has taken a serious beating. The power plateau itself is directly affected by the ether rift. Light and anomalous locations are popping up all over the region. Under general circumstances, we might have to wait for more than a decade for the ether energy and its effects to dissipate. But we can't afford to wait that long.
More than a decade?
Firstly, we worked hard to build our homes here. We are not going to give it up. Secondly, we don't know how the ether would affect the local ecology. This place might change into something else by the time we return. So we plan to construct a Valley 4 Reconstruction headquarters with local materials. This HQ will provide ecological testing and geological surveillance functions. We have a 6-year plan to restore Valley 4 to its original state. That's assuming everything goes smoothly. It also assumes that we can quickly assess the degrees of ether impact on Valley 4 and successfully complete all testing and analysis. Even then, we'll still have plenty of difficulties to overcome. The most critical one is that we need a specialized large geological probe. Indeed. And it's the reason why we need this Caprinaim. I mean this excellent disaster scientist, to share her expertise with us. Finally, the most important key to it all, the productivity offered by the AIC factory. Awesome, admin. Let's get things started right away. Prep work for the construction is complete. We've also selected our site for the Reconstruction headquarters.
Let's deploy the sub-PAC here, Endman. The people here need us. Many thanks.
Phew. We're back. Why are you all standing here?
Construction work is complete. We're waiting for you to formally kickstart our mobilization for the Geological Probe project. Professor Crow will be assigning the lead engineer for this project, but
No one here is more qualified than Professor Crow. He can be a little stubborn, but he's the best technician we have. With his leadership, I'm sure the project will be completed soon.
You're back. How about the samples? This means all our prep work is done. Time to formally begin the project. The next step of our undertaking will be an extremely challenging and critical project. It will determine the survival of countless lives in Valley 4 and the surrounding regions. We shall rebuild homes, restore ecologies, and erase the scars from our beloved land. The construction of the large geological probe. I hereby grant Clavel and Dean complete authority over the project.
Hear, hear! It goes without saying. Hold on! Oh, wait!
And that is how things should be. Our new project leads will mobilize the crew and get started with the work.
but
How? There must be a mistake. I could never.
Well, I guess the crew of the HQ has plenty of work cut out for them.
What's going on? What are those two doing?
Oh, well, they've been doing this for about an hour.
What?
The two have different ideas about work regarding the geological probe and the HQ. They've argued about it for days. Sadly, no consensus was reached. I did my best to talk to them, but as soon as I turned around, they were back at it again.
We can't leave this outpost without proper leadership for too long. Endman, maybe we should ask them what's going on.
Endman, you're here. Sorry, I should have arranged to receive you properly.
I heard about your disagreements with Dean. Can you tell me the details?
About that. Yeah. The geological probe serves as a surveillance tool, and the results it provides must undergo various testing. This process is essential to addressing the ecological devastation in Valley 4. My priority is to safeguard environmental stability by building test plots and artificial habitats. These will help preserve the local flora and fauna. But Dean doesn't agree. He insists on running the highly dangerous blight testing first.
Do the two research projects go against each other?
Of course. If we push ahead with deep excavation and start blight-related material research right now, we risk further degrading the local ecology. Human changes to the environment might also affect certain wildlife communities. Their survival might be jeopardized. Our vision is to restore and protect the ecology. So why are we actively disrupting the only stable environment we have left? That's going too far. The risks are off the charts. I won't let this happen. Absolutely not.
All right, calm down a bit. We're just trying to get a general picture here.
Let's go and ask what the other side thinks.
Endman? When did you arrive? I'll grab a few seats for you.
We're good. Actually, we're here to learn more about your recent disagreements.
It's not really a disagreement. I just can't stand Clavel's excessive cautiousness over everything. We know nothing about the state of Valley 4 after the disaster. Our priority is to quickly figure out the properties of the affected materials. Knowledge will help us solve this crisis. While we hesitate and squander our time away, we miss perfect opportunities to study these materials. And if they start changing in increasingly complex ways, our research will be further delayed.
Yeah, that kinda makes sense.
But Clavel wants to observe and protect the wildlife communities of the Power Plateau first. I hope he realizes just how many life forms we're talking about here. Once we're done rescuing all the critters, I doubt we'll still have the chance to study the anomalous materials. He should know the importance of timing and opportunity. I guess he's learned nothing after all these years.
Take it easy. We are just trying to understand the situation.
Both of them make a lot of sense, you know? But we can't let this carry on.
His logic is driven only by his feelings. He's just a paranoid blight brain.
Paranoid? Being properly prepared can cut your losses. You're always rushing and bumbling into things. Do you know how problematic you've been for Professor Crow?
Oh, now you're trying to bring up Professor Crow. Well, I hope you didn't forget about the buggerloid who messed up the professor's last experiment.
And I'll say it again, in your face. I didn't do anything wrong. But you, sir, your stiff-necked stubbornness to do everything your way is different.
Uh-oh. Can we all just take a deep breath?
Gentlemen, please. Mr. Crow didn't make you project leads just to see you argue all day.
I'm taking a step back because our Enfielder friends say so.
Whatever, mister. I'm not paying any attention to you.
As you can see, Professor, the most I could do is to stop their arguments from getting any worse.
It's okay. You did good.
We can't let this go on. Endman, we should try talking to them. Oh.
Phew.
Endman! Supervisor Perlica! Dean and I had a discussion. We got two essential tasks right now. Preserving the local wildlife in their habitats, and marking out areas for deep excavations.
But our current HQ isn't big enough to carry out both of these jobs. So we're thinking if it's possible to borrow your strength. If this place gets an efficiency boost, we might be able to make headway in both tasks.
That's exactly why we're here. It's also the purpose of the AIC factory.
Here's a blueprint. It illustrates the plans for expanding the HQ and improving its research efficiency.
Wait! Miss Ardelia, did you do this on your own? You're so thoughtful. We really made a fool of ourselves back then. I'm so embarrassed right now.
No, this is the work. Forget it. Yeah. And truth be told, there's a lot that I have to learn from the professor.
We will use the AIC factory to provide assistance and support the expansion of the HQ.
Now Crow is being cryptic. Why didn't he just tell us what exactly happened at the Reconstruction headquarters?
I don't know. Mr. Crow is a committed and decisive leader who usually clarifies things. But this time, Endman, we should head over, just in case.
Ah, you're here.
Mr. Crow, your message said you had a problem, but you seem to be...
Seem to be a little too relaxed, right? I asked my apprentice to send that message. He probably exaggerated the matter a little. We did run into a few issues, and I thought they could handle the problems on their own. But...
They? You're talking about...
Dean and Clavel. We couldn't get in touch with them for an entire day.
What?
I don't care what they're doing. What I care about is work being affected at the HQ. I did give them the geological probe construction project, but that doesn't mean I want them to keep asking you for assistance. Someone must carry the torch of the UWST. The disaster scientist, Miss Ardelia. She has already provided plenty of help. But current progress of the probe is worrying, and the two lads went missing. I have no choice but to request your support.
They may be in danger. Aren't you worried about that?
I got too many things to worry about. Dean and Clavel should stop treating themselves as apprentices. They must learn to be responsible for their own actions.
I understand. Endman, let's head over there and see if we can find any clues.
Hmm? Hmm?
Oh.
Phew.
Oh, it's you! I was so scared. I thought I was gonna die here.
You distracted the Angloid long enough on your own. You should count yourself super lucky.
That's true. Well, thank you for saving my life. Once again.
Dean told us you were here. He's worried about you.
What by Talos were you doing? Do you know how dangerous the Angoloi are? If you want to distract them, I should be the one doing it. Do you know self-defense? Do you even know how to dodge incoming attacks? I should never have brought you along. You're better off staying at the HQ and copying numbers off the dials.
What nonsense are you talking about? If I hadn't come along, those Angoloi would have killed you. I came along because I feared you'd mess things up. And guess what? You almost did, my blight-brain genius. I kept telling you to consider the possible risks and get prepped for them, but you never listened.
That's enough for now, boys. You're just both worried about each other. Let's call it quits and shake hands, okay?
Well, the dude usually avoids dangerous stuff. But this time he went crazy and almost got himself killed. I don't know if he's gonna do that again.
As long as they force me to team up with the least reliable partner in history, you can bet it's gonna happen again.
Everyone's here. No one's hurt, I hope.
Ardelia? I'm surprised you came.
I heard that you were looking for our two project leads, so I got a little worried they might run into trouble in the wilderness. I'm so glad you're here to help out.
So the main problem this time was...
I need you two to promise me no more running into dangerous trouble, okay?
Alright.
Okay.
Good. Since everyone's safe, I don't think we have other problems to worry about. Let's head back right away. Mr. Crow hasn't seen you around for the entire day. Oh, he's so angry. His beard is literally quivering with fury.
Yeah. Better head back right now. We'll talk later.
You're right.
Mr. Crow always worries about these two. They'll start arguing over the smallest things.
Really? I thought Mr. Crow had already grown used to their endless bickering.
That's not true. They're Mr. Crow's top apprentices. The old man is secretly working hard to give them the training they need. I'm just glad that nobody's hurt. Anyway, it's getting late. We should be heading back as well.
Wait. I thought this energy supply plant failed and couldn't work.
What's going on? What are you looking at?
The large geological probe is an energy guzzler. The energy supply plan we originally designed couldn't get the thing working properly.
That's why we took the risks and headed outside to salvage the new energy supply units. But how? The probe is actually working properly.
Well, it seems like our approach was actually correct. Or maybe you did something. What variable did you tweak?
I didn't tweak anything. I thought it started working because you swapped out a core component.
Let's just ignore that for now. Work has piled up in our absence. Now that the probe is finally running, we should start our jobs.
Not so fast. I gotta run a stability test.
So, what really happened?
Since it seems we've solved the energy issue, we can initiate the next phase of the geological probe construction project. The construction of the geological probe seems almost complete. This project might shape the future of Valley 4. Let's go and take a look, Endman.
This place is a mess. I thought Crow said they're almost done with the geological probe.
The local crew seems to have run into some trouble, but I don't see Dean or Clavel around. Aren't they supposed to be leading the work? Let's talk to Mr. Crow and learn more about the situation.
Ah, my friends from Endfield. You're here.
We received your message and came to check on the geological probe's progress. But the entire worksite appears somewhat disorganized.
That's primarily because probe construction is just one step away from completion. However, we have yet to verify the parameter set and data samples of the surveillance unit. The entire crew is exhausted by the task.
What about Dean and Clavel?
They started arguing first. People got them to cool off before moving on with their jobs.
I knew it.
The two boys learned nothing from their experiences and made a fool of themselves. They deserve it.
Nevertheless, we should try to fix the problems with our surveillance unit.
Don't worry, Supervisor. If the siege gets out of control, I'll step in and get it fixed. But now, I don't intend to interfere or help them out of their mess.
So, you actually know how to get everything done. Then, why would you just sit around and let them mess things up?
I actually want to let them achieve spectacular success on their own. But look at them. Can they pull it off? My generation was built different. Some of us got back from the front lines to walk floors that had no materials. We ended up making our own equipment by taking parts of the lathe. This generation has a serious problem. They bicker and complain. They don't know how to work as a team. Worse, they strut around with a sense of useless pride. I would have taken care of this on my own if I were younger. I wouldn't even need two inept fools of apprentices to take care of this job.
The way you said that really sounds like a Sherfu we had in Tanjan Hall.
but they'll be running Valley 4 one day. This disaster really changed me as well. Young people like you will be running the show. We even changed the U2 order. No matter how hard we try, I guess it's time to pass on the baton. The apprentices may have plenty of issues, but they're gifted in their own right. That said, they must learn to solve problems on their own. If another disaster like the last one strikes again, they'll have no one to count on.
I hope they will appreciate all the work you've put in for them.
Them? Appreciate my work? Well, just sit around. They'll be crying for help soon enough. They neglected too many details. The first activation of the probe will involve a certain degree of danger. But I didn't remind them this time.
Aren't you worried about accidents?
Don't worry. I won't risk this if human safety is involved. Since the admin is with us, we can afford to wait before giving them help. Let them have a taste of their mistakes and learn from it.
Fine. I understand what you're trying to do.
Wow, this actually looks super impressive. You two turned out to be pretty professional at this.
We wouldn't have been in that mess if we'd had proper samples.
What? You're the one who messed up the parameters.
I reminded you that the testing environment of the samples might change, and I could totally fix the parameter issues on my own.
And you're blaming me?
I was the one who helped you churn out those parameters.
Well, you promised that you'd find some proper samples. In the end, it was my replacements that solved the crisis. Why are you...
Hold on, what's happening? The geological probe isn't doing anything.
What? Let me see. What by Talos is wrong this time?
This isn't supposed to happen. Strange. Why? How? Endmen?
Enough! Both of you! Can't believe you're still asking others to take care of your problems!
Professor Crow, it wasn't like that.
Done explaining already, Dean? It's been years and you never bothered changing that unruly personality of yours. You're always rushing straight into things without thinking about the consequences. True, you might get rewarded and things work, but the losses are just as great. Consider yourself lucky if you only take property damage, because the way you do things has a chance of inflicting serious injuries. You can't bear the losses. No one can. You gotta learn how to smash the brakes before you actually hurt somebody.
You're right, Professor.
And you, don't just stand there and gawk.
I'm sorry.
There are times when Dean is actually right. You gotta take a bold step forward in scientific research. You can't make a progress by dancing around in circles. No one can predict what we'll be looking at in the future, and no one can solve everything with the same old ways. Be cautious when you need it, but when you need to be bold, do not hesitate. Windows of opportunity can disappear in an instant.
I've learned my lesson.
I appointed the two of you to lead the geological probe construction project because I want you to help each other out. You two should be covering for each other's deficiencies. Alone, you might slip, but together, you should be able to figure it out. I thought you learned something from the disaster. But what did I see? Boys who won't stop bickering, who go running off to the Endmen for help. This is the final stage, and you still want others to clean up your mess. How am I supposed to let you lead the reconstruction of Valley 4?
Professor Crow.
You're lucky. You still got me and the Endmen around to sort out your bloodied mistakes. But what about next time? If you run into another disaster of the scale, who are you going to turn to? I've submitted applications to assign you to the Originium power plant. You'll be taking over my job and that of old Daniels. No one will be around to help you, and you won't be getting any lessons from anyone.
Wait! Professor Crow! What about you?
We can't do without you, Professor Crow.
Just look at your sorry lot. How am I supposed to hand over the mission of rebuilding Valley 4? I only have 6 more years to go. Don't let me catch you stirring up trouble again.
But...
Okay. We'll make full use of these 6 years.
Follow me. There's still the final step for constructing the geological probe. The crew really worked hard for this. Don't keep them waiting.
Wow, it's moving!
The geological probe will constantly release various isotopes, sound waves, and penetrants underground. The data we gather will help scientists speed up the healing of the local ecology.
I'm really looking forward to seeing this place restored to its former glory. When we first arrived at the power plateau, the place was already in ruins.
That's a real shame. The plateau used to be a scenic location.
Don't worry. We'll do our best and make the plateau more beautiful than ever before.
With time, the land will slowly rejuvenate and remediate itself.
Mr. Crow, how do you think Valley 4 might change in the future?
How do I think? If these young people are in charge, the future looks bleak. But no matter what happens, it's the youths who'll be building the future. I myself want to see Valley 4 getting better. If the people in the valley live stable and secure lives, that'd be good enough for me.
Perhaps it won't be long before these young people start to impress you. Right, Professor?
I sure hope so. But the future of Telestum... Now that will be decided by you, Enfielders.